Are you ready? Mbele tena. And the diaspora, summons were issued to Pastor Ezekiel to come to Senate. He has come to Senate. There are ongoing court matters that gag him from talking about the matters in court. But this is not the matters in court. These are an inquiry of Parliament which allows him to talk why he has been. It is his day, but before that we'll have Pastor Mwiru to lay the basis on why Pastor is here, and then Pastor Ezekiel will address the media.
13th day, Friday, October 2023. We're here with Pastor Ezekiel because he has been summoned by the Senate to come and explain himself. Since I am the spiritual father to Pastor Ezekiel, it was important and imperative for me to be with him, as I have been with him even from when troubles and all other persecutions started. Our coming here today is a depiction and a confirmation that we are law-abiding citizens. From when these things came up until today, we have been complying with everything that the government has put forward that it should be complied with. So we are here to say that Pastor Ezekiel will always abide with the requirements of the Constitution. We are praying for this nation. We are praying for the government. We are praying for the light of the gospel to be shed to all and sundry. In fact, we are not bitter. We are here just to tell the whole world who Pastor Ezekiel is, what kind of doctrine he stands for, and by the end of it all, our prayer is for him, so that any other legal issue arising, they will be there to enlighten the Senate committee, the nation, and everybody who cares to hear about who Pastor Ezekiel is. Thank you.
Bishop Mwiru is my spiritual father. Just as he has stated, he has been with me since I got born again and since the conception of the ministry. And he has been there ever since till now. We know about the stories everywhere, but what is important is the cross, not even to the church. And this is the only time that the church can defend the cross. It is not about me, it is about the gospel. And today is a day that we talk about what happened and the future of the gospel. So just as my father said, he has talked much, but if I try to say more beyond that, I might repeat myself or say something contrary. But it is about the cross, it is about the gospel. Wait for the truth in the Senate, and the truth shall set us free. That is my position.
The legal to escort our clan to the Senate in compliance and obedience to the summons that were sent to him on several facets of what the Senate ad hoc committee that was formed is investigating about. There are thematic areas that the Senate wants to find out from Pastor Ezekiel, and more particularly the issue to do with this church, the source of funding, when it was started, the source of funding, how they received their funds, the TV station that it also forms part of the issues that are before the court, and his views on regulation of religious organizations and the gaps that are apparent in the law governing religious institutions. So those are some of the thematic areas that the Senate ad hoc committee wants to find out, and we are armed with the law, of course, to tell the Senate of how this rollout of the religious institutions run. And what we want to inform the Senate is that the New Life Church and Prayer Center is a registered society, is a church where the membership are drawn from all over, and the pastor here is just the head of that whole congregation, and that is what we want to tell the Senate, that there is no way that this church, Pastor Ezekiel's church, is connected with the Pastor MATIANG'I and any other issues that have been happening which are criminal in nature, where the church has been painted in bad light. So that is why we're getting in to tell them that this New Life Church and Prayer Center is a church that follows the law, is a church for all, and is a church that welcomes people of all, cadre and gender to get there to do their worship. So apart from those issues, the thematic areas that they want, there is also a gap, an opening, where they said that we have to explain any other issue that we feel is important in governance of the church and regulation of society. So we are armed with that, of course, and this is what we're going to tell the Senate on how best the regulations and laws that are enacted in Parliament can be able to give a generation after generation, so that we don't look at the church as it is now, but we look at the church 100, 200, 300 years to come. That is what we are going to do in there, and explain ourselves as to how we know it and as to the law that is prevalent. Thank you.
I'm in the month of April 2023, and of course World Evangelism TV. Now, as you might be also aware, because these are matters in the public domain, the case was transferred in Mombasa, and then subsequently it had its death, the death of that case, due to an appeal that was filed at the Multimedia Tribunal. Then subsequently, as you might be also aware, is that we had the reinstatement of the World Evangelism TV that made consequently the case. But most importantly is we filed a judicial review application before my Lord Justice Jairus Nga, where we challenged the decision by the Registrar of Societies to cancel the registration certificate belonging to the New Life Prayer Center and Church for what was termed to be a failure by the church to surrender some of or to file some of its returns since it was conceived in the year sometime 2012 to now. So to cut the long story short is that, well, the church is sitting, is running as it should be. We are hoping that in the proceedings that we are going to be part of at the Senate, that we are going to explain ourselves thoroughly, so that we can put to flight any doubt that is in the mind of the Kenyans, is the mind of the representatives. What Pastor Ezekiel has been doing is responding to the call that he has heard from God. And I am grateful to be in the company of my seniors, and also to be in the company of the newest lawyer in town, who also happens to be the spiritual father of Pastor Ezekiel. Asante sana.
He has come. A long-awaited opportunity for Pastor Ezekiel to be able to appear in public in relation to these matters. An amazing moment whereby he can be able to explain and answer questions regarding his church and its activities. A lot has been said. Good, bad, whatever has been said. Today, an amazing group of followers. This by itself brings problems to very many other people. Not because he intends to do so, but because of his good deeds. All the doubts, all the mudslinging today shall end, The opportunity has risen and we shall take advantage of it. That is what I can say at this particular moment.
Pastor Ezekiel Ombok Odero. The country is saying Pastor Ezekiel Odero. He is not Pastor Mackenzie of Shakahola. Today in the Senate, Pastor Mackenzie of Shakahola will be in the Senate. The two, the media should capture the difference between Pastor Ezekiel and Pastor Mackenzie. Summons have been issued for Pastor Mackenzie to be in to be in Senate today. The Kaya elders, where the church of Pastor Mackenzie is situated and where his church. So today is a big day, as Pastor Muiru puts it, that today is a big day. All the stakeholders, those real actors in Shakahola, those act has led Pastor Ezekiel to face this journey. So we will keep everybody posted. You'll also ask Pastor Mackenzie. You'll also ask those Kaya elders. You'll also ask the DCI their version of the story, whether there is any evidence. I said Pastor is as clean, as white as his clothes. Pastor is as clean, as white as his clothes. He's religious and honest to his God as this Bible. And that is why he has come to clear his name. He has a duty to clear the name of the church. Thank you very much, and we'll keep you updated. Thank you.
One step ahead. One step ahead.